this means for this organization moving forward.
Yeah, this has been a very emotional week for all of us. Barnsley and CT have been in the middle of some huge moments for this organization. Both guys have left an indelible mark on our culture and where we're at this point. So the decisions were incredibly difficult, the conversations were tough, but with where we are, division race, composition of roster, everything, we felt like this was in the Dodgers' best interest in terms of how to win as many games and put us in position to best win a World Series this year. Doesn't mean that it was easy, but ultimately felt like it was the right thing to do.
It also points to just how encouraged you guys have been with these young players and focus on him. How has he just had such an immediate impact on this group?
Yeah, I mean, beyond just how endearing he is to his teammates, just the energy he brings, the foot speed, the versatility as well, just something that adds a lot to our roster and a different look. Again, no decision is ever made in a vacuum. It's within the context of our roster and where we're at. And so, he's done a great job. Rush talked about the other day. When we drafted him, obviously we loved the bat. Didn't have a ton of experience behind the plate. Have challenged him each year with different goals and things to work on. And to his credit, he has an incredible motor and work ethic and has continued to get better and better and better and better. And so on one hand, there is the element of, the guys who've been here and been a big part of what we've done. And the other is looking ahead to who is going to be a part of, the next wave. And it's far from science, it's art, and it's difficult. And it's, I think the end for people that, have been such significant contributors, it's never going to feel good. And it's been tough for a lot of us this week. But felt like in Rush's development, where he's at, what he's done, that he had earned this right, and that he would help us be able to win games and continue his development. The last mile part of a catcher's development plan is leading and running a major league staff, and you can't really do that unless you're up here, catching some games. So felt like at this point that was in everyone's best interest.
You kind of alluded to this, but what is sort of behind maybe the urgency to do this now, as opposed to maybe either doing it at the start of the season or doing it later on in the months to see how things kind of play out for you guys?
Obviously you get more information. We didn't feel like coming into the season this is something that we would necessarily be doing in May, but you learn things and things change and things evolve and play out. We just have a lot more information at this point in May than we do before the season. So I wouldn't say it was something that we thought was fait accompli and was necessarily going to happen, but with where we were, all things factored in, again, while not easy, we felt like it was the right thing to do.
How much has, you mentioned the division race part, just kind of raise the urgency to improve on the margins in these kind of ways and make sure you have the best roster to try to win as many games as possible, even right now?
Yeah, I think that's ultimately, our job. And, we saw it in 2021, winning 106 games and not winning the division. And, our primary goal during the regular season is to win the division. That is what we feel like puts us in the best position to accomplish our ultimate goal. And so for us, bringing a fresh arm to make sure we don't, put a lot of burden on other guys and affect our chances in subsequent days. Everything we do is about how to try to win as many games as we can, and try to do it with, as much thoughtfulness and humanity as we can and communication. And, we have a tough division. We've got some really good teams in our division who are playing well. And so for us, it's about doing everything we can each night to try to win a game.